Where would women in video games be without Chun-Li? Hi, my name is Omizi. If you have not seen this face before, you're welcome for showing it to you. But I'm just kidding. I am typically a cosplayer as well as a Twitch streamer, and we have been dabbling in some YouTube videos. Are you kidding me? How many uploads to YouTube have I had right now? I am feeling myself with this whole YouTube thing, and I decided I wanted to do a video series about female characters and different types of media that I love. We started off that series with Gwenpool, and now we're moving on to the Queen, Chun-Li. And no, sadly, I'm not talking about Miss Nicki Minaj. I'm talking about Chun-Li from the amazing Street Fighter series. So let's just start off with a little bit of background on her character. So, who is Chun-Li? Chun-Li is widely regarded as the first female character appearing in a fighting game. She first appeared in 1992's Street Fighter 2 and was a part of the first playable roster for Street Fighter, including many fan favorite characters like Blanca, Zangief, Guild. Did I pronounce his name right? No, I did not, but I do not care. Also, on the official fandom wiki, it says that her character is based off of the 1960s anime/manga called Gamma Wars. I don't know much about Gamma Wars. I was not really born in the 1960s or around to appreciate animes from that time, so I can't really tell you too much about it. Her name comes from the Mandarin Chinese words for Chun, which basically means beautiful spring, and Li, which means beautiful. So Chun-Li would basically mean spring beautiful or beautiful spring. I don't speak Mandarin Chinese, so I can't tell you 100%, but that's what my research found. If you do speak Mandarin Chinese, feel free to correct me or tell me about my pronunciation or anything else. Chun-Li is what you basically call a good Samaritan. She respects the law and she believes in the innocence of everyone around her, and she wants to protect all the innocents around her. So she works as a cop or detective. I believe it's interchangeable, I'm not entirely sure. She's highly intelligent, disciplined, and very strong. She takes pride in all the work that she does, protecting the people. She loves being a people savior. But if you hurt the innocent or hurt someone that she loves, she will not be afraid to beat you up. If you're a criminal or anything like that, be prepared to get a roundhouse kick to the face. While Chun-Li is very intelligent and very courageous, she does get blinded by her emotions. She is still extremely sweet, and at the end of Street Fighter, we do see that she is teaching children Kung Fu, because she's just a cutie like that. The main driving factor for Chun-Li is the defeation of Bison. Bison was the man who killed her father, and her entire journey is to avenge her father. That's basically what she goes through during the entire lore of Street Fighter. First becoming a very aggravated person trying to figure out who killed her father, to eventually taking down Shadow Loom, which we'll get into later on in this video. Put a pin in that for now. What started her on Street Fighter, obviously, like I said before, is the defeation of Bison. Once her father goes missing, that's when she decided to become a police officer or detective to find him. Using her detective skills, she finds out the person who most likely killed her father was the leader of Shadow Loom and Bison. When she confronts Bison, she tries to be strong, but that doesn't work. She just gets body slammed, and Bison flies away laughing. She teams up with the US Army to try to fight Bison again, but that doesn't work either, because Shadow Loom basically took over the US Army. I'm not really sure how to explain it, but Ryu ends up fighting Bison later on. In the middle of their fight, Chun-Li sees a girl laying on the ground. Little did she know that girl would become her best friend, Cammy White, who I was cosplaying before this, by the way. That's why I still have the red gloves on. Check out my TikTok for the cosplay. After the fight with Ryu, the base in Thailand where they thought Bison was staying was abruptly destroyed. A little while after that, Chun-Li was invited to a World Warriors competition where she learned that Bison in fact did not die back in Thailand, but instead survived, and would be at this tournament. She decided to go on an adventure again, avenge her father, and kill Bison or destroy the Shadow Loom. During the tournament, all of Chun-Li's best friends were able to trap Bison, allowing Chun-Li to give him a devastating blow. That ended him. We're saying ended with quotation marks right now because Street Fighter lore is up and down and round and round. No one really knows anything. When Street Fighter gang surrounds him and urge him to surrender, he was like, "Are you kidding me? I'm not doing that." And then he unalives himself. unalives himself is used very, very lightly. Because again, Street Fighter lore does not... After that, she visits her father's grave once more. She had finally avenged him. Bison was finally dead, and her father can finally lay in peace. Because Bison is dead, she can live her life as a hot single woman in the city. Until she couldn't. Shadowloom, the organization, was back. Kind of. Maybe. A little bit. Who knows, bro? After a while, Chun-Li, Cammy White, and Mr. USA! I don't know why I'm acting super patriotic. I'm not American, I'm Canadian. Guild are called to locate and track down the newcomer to the Street Fighter series, Juri. Juri is basically like a superpowered, not superpowered human, kind of a superpowered human. I'm so sorry, Street Fighter lore is really confusing even for me to keep up with. Working for Shadowloom. Chun-Li and Juri fight until Juri gets her down, but right before killing her, Cammy shows up, so Juri has to flee away. Chun-Li is in the hospital right after this fight, and the gang tells her, the Street Fighter gang tells her, lay down please. And also, we weren't able to trap Juri. Once again, later on, she teams up with Cammy White to figure out what really happened to Shadowloom and Bison. Because apparently Bison isn't really dead, but he is dead, but he isn't dead. Again, who knows with Street Fighter lore. She also encounters Juri once more. I'm gonna be honest when I say it, I'm not sure what really happened, except for the fact that this is where she meets Li Fen. She meets Li Fen at the Sin headquarters and takes her away. While at the headquarters, they meet Bullrog, and they engage in a fight. After he mentioned something to do with her father's death. As we know, Cammy White is very much blinded by her emotions. Okay, editing Omizi here. I don't know why I keep saying Cammy White instead of Chun-Li. Anytime I say Cammy White in the video, just ignore it. I'm most likely trying to say Chun-Li. So sorry for this mistake. I'll continue with the video now. So instead of thinking things through, she just goes and like, bro, you mentioned my father? Kick, kick, kick. But because she's still weakened after her fight with Juri, excuse me. But because she's still weakened with her fight in Juri, she ends up failing. And they end up getting away. They follow Bullrog or Vega. I don't know which one you guys want to call him, but they follow Bullrog or Vega all the way to Russia and then to China, where she meets up with Guild and Cammy. They tell her that her emotions are getting the best of her, but she insists she has to fight him alone, and they don't stop her. She finds Vega or Bullrog, and when she defeats him, she tries to arrest him, but he ends up getting away. So, Then, once again, she encounters Li Fen, who says, I wish to be as strong as you. Which, honestly, bro, same. Because if I had Chun-Li's legs and arms and muscles, I would be bouncing off the buildings like you don't even know. I don't know what gym routine I need to do to get as strong as Chun-Li right now. So Chun-Li basically decides to calm down and trade Li Fen. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's go a little bit back in time. Okay? So, Chun-Li teams up with Guild to go to New York to investigate some new Shadowloom activities. Oh my gosh, what? Turns out, like I said before, Bison isn't really dead. I'm so glad we cleared that up after so much confusion. And Chun-Li fights him, only using her emotions, so obviously she ends up getting beat up. Miss Girl is broken and bruised. She returns to Cammy and Guild and talks about shadow activity while being hurt still. My girl, Chun-Li, just think once without using your head. I understand your father's dead. But please, for me, I love you so much. Please don't die. As the three are still briefing, someone appears. Guild goes to try to fight him while Cammy and Chun-Li are left alone. While being left alone, Cammy gives Chun-Li a package full of pizzas. Put a pin in this. You're going to want to remember this, okay? Guild is unable to fight him, and he makes his way towards Chun-Li. Because Chun-Li is still injured from the battle from before, she's not able to fight him, and he runs away with her still on the ground. Chun-Li is later rescued by Kazu. I'm so sorry, I'm not able to pronounce so many characters' names. Where she learns that the pieces that Cammy gave her were pieces to the Black Moon. There's a fight to get these pieces. Hands are being thrown, kicks are being cocked. No. Kicks are being kicked. Thank you. This fight results in both Chun-Li and Ken getting arrested. Because Chun-Li is an officer herself, she refuses to defend herself in this situation. She knows it's not good to fight an officer, but instead just put her hands up and then defend herself later. Cammy, on the other hand, is not that smart. Cammy does not care. Cammy wants that smoke. Cammy's Black Air Force energy. I've never said anything like that in my life. I don't know why I said that here. Wait. Thank you for watching this far into the video. If you haven't already, definitely like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. Now I'm not going to interrupt the analysis anymore. Let's go continue. This YouTuber is getting to me. Oh my gosh. Beats them up and they ride off with Jury. They ride into the Shadow Loom base where while they're entering the Shadow Loom base, they're quickly ambushed by a bunch of soldiers. But they manage to beat them up. As they should. Street Fighter characters on top. Chun-Li is given one of the Black Moon pieces again, and she runs back to the control panel where she has the time to shut down the Black Moon using all the Black Moon pieces. They have a final fight with all the Street Fighter characters fighting off all the Shadow Loom soldiers. They end up defeating Shadow Loom, of course, and Chun-Li and Ryu go to fight Bison. Chun-Li tries to rush in, but as soon as she sees a little girl, Li Fen, behind Bison, she stops. Other people fight Bison and weaken Bison. And Ryu, the true main character of Street Fighter, even though in my personal opinion it should be Chun-Li because she's more iconic, but who cares, kills Bison once and for all. Chun-Li saved Li Fen. And now Chun-Li is currently training Li Fen in Street Fighter 6. That's basically the end of most of her lore. That's basically the end of most of her lore. We also have this little cute snippet in one of the earlier games. Editing Omi here again. I said earlier, I meant later. Later as in Street Fighter 6. I don't know why I said earlier. My mind was probably fogged up at this point. So in one of the later games being Street Fighter 6. Anyways. Where Chun-Li takes Ryu shopping. And he's like, bro, your outfits are so boring. You need to look some cute... I love Chun-Li so much. But now that we're done with the lore, let's get to my favorite part as a cosplayer. Her costumes! So, Chun-Li's looks. Let's just get into it. Oh my gosh. First off, we have our OG look, which is a dress or a kipao. Again, pardon my pronunciation. If you can correct my pronunciation, I would really appreciate it. With brown tights and her white boots. And of course, those spiky black cufflets. Classic look. Very pretty. I know that the dress or the kipao was altered, so to look sexier, that's basically what they wanted. This was 1992. If you had a female character, she had to look sexy. I'm so sorry. Other ways, it's classic, but it would not be my favorite Chun-Li look. Next, we have the new look from Street Fighter 6, which is basically, I believe this is also a kipao. That's longer. Her blue tights looks beautiful. She definitely looks more mature, more calm, more gentle compared to her aggressive self in the original Street Fighter because she finally defeated Bison. Bison is gone. She has no reason to be more aggressive. She's teaching little children martial arts. She's giving back to her community, which this look really emphasizes that. She also has the same little cufflets, but instead of having big spikes, it's just flat to again represent her softness, if that makes sense, and her no longer raging out. No longer Chun-Li style. There is the black evening gown from, I believe, Street Fighter 3 or Street Fighter 4, which is basically a fan service look. I don't really like it because if you were actually a fighter and you wore that, I'm so sorry, that is slipping off. I understand it's for fan service reason and this is like video game physics, but that's coming off in 2 seconds after a single kick. Gross. And lastly, my favorite Chun-Li look is the blue bodysuit and the vest over it that she wore in Street Fighter Alpha. It's very... I love a good bodysuit and it looks like one of the prettiest outfits to try to cosplay. I don't know what else to say than it's beautiful. Oh, also I forgot her vacation look from Street Fighter 5. That's also very pretty. I'm not going to get into all the Street Fighter 5 looks or Street Fighter looks from all the other games because that would be a video all on its own, which now that I'm saying it, I would actually make. But those are the main looks that really stand out to me or that really matter. We can also get into her Morgan skin. I'm a Darkstalkers fiend, bro. I should probably make a Darkstalkers video as well. But now that we're done with her outfits, let's go into her moveset. Okay, when talking about her movesets, do keep in mind I'm not talking about like how to do the combos or the gameplay mechanics. I'm just talking about what they look like. Also, excuse my pronunciation. I know this kind of makes me a fake fan, but I can't pronounce anything. First, Chun-Li was the first fast-paced character to appear in a Street Fighter game. She was the first woman, she was the first fast-paced character. She might be the first fast-paced character in any fighter game. This woman is making bounds. She's making leaps. Oh my gosh. She's a fighter who mainly uses her legs as well as her chi powers, which I will get into later. Put a pin in that as well. So first we have the Harasakuya. Did not pronounce that, but you know that Chun-Li move where she gets on her one leg and then does a whole bunch of kicks at once? That's her signature move. When you think of Chun-Li, that's the move that you think of, and that is her main super attack. Or super combo, sorry. She also performs a spinning bird kick, which I'm going to see if I can find a gift and put it on screen, which also looks super cool. Because she is a fast-paced character and a pretty lightweight character who uses her legs, she's able to jump over characters. She's able to jump a lot higher to a lot of her other Street Fighter counterparts back in the day. Now, because of like all the Street Fighter characters we have, there are a whole bunch of fast-paced and lightweight characters. But in Street Fighter 2, this was revolutionary. Miss Girl could be jumping off of walls, she'll be jumping back and forth, you can jump over characters. We did not see that. We did not. I'm acting like I was there in 1992, but it was still very revolutionary to have a character like that. And then the Ki O Sho, where she takes all the chi power in her body, puts it into her palms, and then lets it out in an energy blast. If you know Street Fighter, you know that they are known for these huge Kamehameha-like moves with Ryu having his Hadouken. Is it the Hadouken? Am I stupid? Am I stupid? You know what I mean. And those are basically all of her movesets. I can go into every single high kick, low kick, but I'm not, because it's not what you came here for. At least this is not what I think you came here for. I'm not a gameplay YouTuber. I do not make videos going into combo details. You came here to hear me talk about cute girls, and that's what I'm gonna do. And speaking of me talking about cute girls, let's go to the final segment of this video, fun facts about Chun-Li. First off, which I think is really funny, while Chun-Li is very feminine and has a lot of feminine features, like she likes to go shopping, she likes to traverse through the city, stereotypical feminine things, she can't cook for the life of her. She cannot cook. She tried cooking for, I believe, Ryu, and ended up burning the food, and he was like, okay. Which I don't relate to because I've never burnt food before, but I have nothing to say other than that. Why can't you cook, girl? Secondly, she constantly makes fourth wall breaks in a few of the games, being like, y'all should put the controller down, y'all should touch grass, y'all should do all this stuff. She's not as rude about it, but it's really sweet to give it a reminder, like, you've been playing for an hour, go outside. You've been here for 45 minutes and you have not done anything, go outside. You've been playing for 6 hours at a time, do you not have anything better to do? And Chun-Li, no I don't. Next fun fact is about Street Fighter 6, which I have not gotten the chance to play the full game yet. I've only played the demo. Please give me a minute to play the full game. It is seen that she's now basically raising Li Fen. Like I said before, she was going to teach her how to fight, but now it looks like she is raising her. And then lastly, which is like not a fun fact, it's just a fact. When creating Street Fighter 2, the main developer was like, we're adding a woman character, right? You want to know what women have? Less strength than men. You want to know what we should do? Lower her health bar. So while every other character in the Street Fighter 2 roster would have had full health bars, like Chun-Li would have about 2/3 of that, or maybe a half of that. Can you imagine where Street Fighter would be today? We wouldn't have a Street Fighter today. No one would want to play that. No one would want to play Chun-Li. Female characters in gaming would barely exist because Chun-Li paved the way. I would actually cry in a world without Street Fighter, bro. How else am I gonna beat my mom at something? But again, just imagine You pick Chun-Li because she's a new character. Your friend picks Blanca because he's also a new character and he's green. And you notice that your health is lower than his. You're like, what's this? Chun-Li was a revolutionary character way back in 1992, and she's still a revolutionary character to this day. She's still an iconic character to this day. I can't think of any female video game character that's more popular than her, other than like the princesses in Mario, Princess Peach, and like Princess Zelda. Even if you name Lara Croft, Samus, Jill, Diva, Tifa, Ellie, Aloy, any other female video game character, you're not going to find another one that's more popular than Chun-Li. Literally, look up top 10 female video game characters, and if Chun-Li is not at least number 2 on that list, they are lying. They are wrong. I love Chun-Li so much. She made up most of my personality throughout elementary school and middle school, and I'm so happy I'm able to make this video on her. I definitely will be revisiting this video later on and gonna add more detail later on if I do end up remaking this video. Anyway, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate you watching the entire way through, and if you liked it because you watched it the entire way through, you might as well subscribe. I've been trying to post more regularly to YouTube, so expect a video at least once a week. Again, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe. If you want to see me outside of YouTube or like outside of the once a week I've been trying to post, definitely check the links in the description to follow my TikTok, my Instagram, my Twitch, all those other things. Thank you for watching. Bye.